All right. Welcome to the first ever Up the Gut recording. A lot of technical difficulties in the beginning from one party, not me, for us to get here. We wanted to do this a lot sooner, but here we are. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I am one of your hosts. My name is Brayden Higgins. And our other host,
David Lopes. I'm the one with the technical difficulties, apparently. But yeah, we honestly we've been talking about this for however long now, and it's finally happening. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
I set up all the accounts at least 2 or 3 months ago, something like that.
Yeah,
It's been a hot minute, so they've all ready to go if we had a little bit better tech man on the other side.
a little bit.
But what we're gonna do is essentially we're just gonna do some football. We like football just a tiny bit. We're not obsessed with it whatsoever. It does not consume our
I don't want
lives.
our lives or anything.
Yeah, that doesn't ruin our lives either in terms of fantasy or
No,
just
no.
our teams being assholes. That's the way to put it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over the first week games. Kind of go we want to go about and just kind of go from there. Sit back, relax, enjoy. And if you have any questions after listening or watching or whatever way you're viewing this or listening to this, please reach out to one of us, comment on whatever, and we'll happily answer anyone's questions or our opinions on certain things. We also have a Facebook page, Up the Gut. It has two sexy AI men touching bellies. It'll be easy to find, where we kind of go over stuff as well. So, first game, Cowboys versus Eagles. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, with the worst owner in the entire league, geriatric Jerry Jones. I mean, when you first talk about this game, you have to go over Spitgate. Just
Absolutely.
right out the gate, Spitgate. You got 6 seconds into the season, 6 seconds into the game, and we're hawking loogies at one another.
He's the new Hawk Tuah.
Yeah, he gave him the Hawk to a special, and it did not go the way he thought it would. I'm not sure what he was thinking. I honestly, I don't know in the right train of mind where you're just like, I'm gonna hawk a loogie at the quarterback or any player and just be like, what? Why am I ejected? Oh my god.
You and I have watched a lot of football. We've played a lot of football. We've coached a lot of football, and never once, at least what I can remember, have I ever want to just spit on somebody. Like I'll take a 15-yard penalty for hitting it, after the whistle. That's fine. That's forgivable. But spitting on somebody, no sir.
No, it's disgusting. It's disrespectful. There's really no place for it. I, he got 1 game suspension and they counted it as the Cowboys game because technically he didn't play a single snap.
Right.
And he got fined or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I mean, if he does it again, obviously it's a problem. He said he's never going to do it again. I mean, he shouldn't have done it in the first place. Whatever. On to brighter and better things. I do have to say that, considering Dak, he wasn't the issue in that game, at least, though. I mean, most of the time, it's usually him. But Dak's going to Dak. Game's on the line, he's going to throw an interception. This time it actually wasn't.
I mean, no, it wasn't. I remember texting you during the game. Dallas averaged 119 yards on the ground last year, and I'm sorry, 100 yards on the ground last year. They had it 119. So it doesn't sound like a huge difference, but just watching it looks so much better than anything they did last year. And if it wasn't for CD hit Lamb hands, they potentially win that game. I mean, that was a lot closer than anybody thought it was going to be.
It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I know they didn't have Jalen Carter, so it kind of made it easier to run the ball. But, I mean, if you're relying on one player to stop, then you just run the opposite side. I mean, they were able to move the ball, running the ball. CeeDee Lamb had 4 drops that game. He had 6 all of last year. So, I heard he was in the facility the next day at 5 a.m. on the catching jug. You should have did that maybe the day before, so you were ready to catch those 4 balls that you dropped. And a couple of them were bad balls. The last one he dropped, I mean, he was laying out for it. Kind of hard catch. One of them hit him right in the face. You could have caught it. I could have caught it. Could have caught it with his face mask if he didn't have a visor. That's how good the throw was. And then the other one was just in the breadbasket, 30 yards on the field.
I mean, if you're an average receiver in the league, maybe you can be forgiven for having some drops, but you're CD goddamn light. You know what I mean? Like you want that contract, you want to be known as one of the best, or if not the best. You kind of have to do above what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe they could have used Pickens, but I mean, he's got to make those catches whether Pickens there or not. I mean, overall though, I mean the Cowboys from halftime looked a lot better in the second half. They don't have a pass rush. Their rush defense looks a lot better. On paper, they gave up like 140 yards on the ground or whatever. But that's mainly just from Hurts breaking contain. I mean, he had like almost 70 yards rushing just on his own, and that's from rushing for guys collapse in the pocket and having no contain. He just takes off. So, I mean, they only held Barkley to maybe like 60 yards or something like that, which is pretty good. I mean, it's a big change from last year, but I mean, overall, the Cowboys played a lot better.
They played so well that they pretty much turned A.J. Brown into the invisible.
Yeah, and you had a lot of fun with that one. I mean, you were this close to just like trading him to anyone who wanted him for anything at all.
We had that. I was that close to releasing him, straight release.
He had that one catch though. I mean, Eagles offense running the ball is their thing. It seemed like Hurts was in a one read mindset though, where it was first read, throw the ball. If I have to look off, I'm gonna run. I mean, I don't know. There's too many times he went to a second read. They're gonna be run heavy again. Like I always say, Hurts is not a great quarterback. He's a great fantasy option because he runs the ball and he gets those tush-push touchdowns and all that crap. But overall wise, he's not a great quarterback. He's not gonna be amazing, but he's going to be just good enough that you need him to be because of that offense and the offensive line and the defense you have. But
now next up, Dallas hosts the Giants, and Philly goes to Kansas City for a Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah, I got a couple notes about those. I think those are gonna be 2 good games. On the Giants Cowboys ones, I know they're starting Russell Wilson again. Jackson Dart's still on the bench. Which I figure it'll be a couple weeks anyways. He's going to be on the bench. But speaking of Chiefs, I mean, the next game was the Chiefs and Chargers in Brazil. Great game. Happy to see the Chiefs lose because they piss me off, the Swifties. Also, just Mahomes pisses me off because of the way he acts, especially when he's scrambling. And then the defender lightens up so he can run out of bounds, and then he decides to be a big tough guy and lay a shoulder into him and then act like, ugh. He was letting you run out of bounds. If he hits you like that when you're running out of bounds, it's like a 15-yard penalty, but you're able to just lay LeBron James. It's crap. It's crap.
Yeah.
It's complete crap. Like, eventually they're going to stop letting up. They'll take the 15-yard penalty, and you're going to be bitching and complaining, and you know what? You kind of deserve it. It's he should have just went out. The guy let him. He hit a corner. It was a corner, and I was like, I don't know.
To me, it kind of feels like the Chiefs' window is about that far away from being closed. You got Kelsey, who's getting up there in age. Andy Reid can't coach forever. I just saw a report that they're talking to Miami. Try and bring Hill back with all their wide receiver where it was. Without receivers, you would think that they have to run the ball a little bit. They didn't do all that great on the ground. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Pacheco's hit his upside completely. I think he's done. I mean, he didn't come back strong from the injury last year. Didn't look strong week 1. They didn't trust him running the ball that much. They wanted Mahomes to be in the spotlight, even with being down Worthy and Rashid Rice out for 6 weeks. He has another 5 weeks to go. They would rather throw the ball to Hollywood Brown from like 5-10 yard dump offs and then run the ball with Pacheco. And that's saying a lot. I mean, Pacheco lost his job to Hunt last year, and Hunt just kind of hangs around. He's still there. I mean, the run game, they're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to find the lead back to be super successful again. But I don't know if it's going to be Pacheco. They might just be like, all right, Hunt, go ahead. Just take it.
It might be between him, and whoever else they
Oh,
have
they do have
on the depth chart.
They do have Elijah Mitchell.
That's true. Yeah.
They do have him. I forgot about him. I think he's the third back right now, but he might overtake Pacheco and be that lightning.
Speaking of committees, the Chargers had one of the highest distributions in week 1. 8 different receivers caught a pass from Herbert, and 5 different people ran the ball for them. I mean, Harbaugh, as much as I hate him, they win, and they really don't care who does it. You know what I mean?
And they're doing it in a different way this year. They are having Herbert throw the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. He threw the ball a lot more than he did last year in a game, just this past game. I mean, he was successful doing it. He looked good doing it. Madison Beers was probably very happy that he was doing it, and they probably did it later. I mean, the running, he starts to run more. That one run that got called back from the hold, it was a really nice run. It was a really nice run. I mean, him and Allen still have that connection, like he just never left. He loves McConnell too, but they
I don't want to hear that.
They have that running back committee too, though. I mean, I feel like Hampton, they're kind of just easing Hampton into it. I mean, Hampton had that one rookie mistake where he ran out of bounds right before the half, and the Chiefs were able to get a field goal after that. Kind of screwed him there, and he was like, he knew he did something stupid, should have just slid down. I mean, once he gets rid of those woes, I think he'll take over the one-eyed pirate, Najee Harris, to take over a majority of those carries and be the lead guy, because they drafted him to be the lead guy.
Right, and I mean, it's smart not to wear a guy down just because he's young. That's I mean, the Giants did it to Brandon Jacobs. They took years off his career by just overusing him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, Brandon Jacobs, I don't think would have been long-lasting anyways, because he was just a bulldozer at all times anyways. He was like Mike Allstott, just looking for contact. He was also 6'3", 260 pounds or whatever.
Right. So I mean, he could have played another 2 years at least if he was just that situational third down goal line hack and not running the ball 25 times a game or whatever the Giants are using.
I mean, yeah, that's true too.
And just for the people that continue to will continue to listen to us, we don't really care about feelings, I guess. There's too much PC tiptoeing, walking down the line, kind of saying something, kind of not. We're not going to be Stephen A. Smith here, but if we see it a certain way, we're going to say it a certain way, and that's just how it's going to be. Now we're open to new ideas, new suggestions, but what you're hearing is how it is for us. So,
yeah,
and I think that kind of was fueling us to we should do our own thing just for anybody that wants it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that too. It's also the fact of there's a bunch of dumb people who do this, and they have the coldest, worst takes you'll ever hear. And at some point, it just becomes nonsense to where you're just like, well, if this guy can do it, anyone can do it. I mean, holy crap! I mean, he makes it. He makes me just feel amazing because of, oh my god, special award right there. So
I mean, you're wearing a hat that says "Daddy" right there. So.
I do. I wish it was a little bigger. I mean, even better.
I mean, we'll get you one once the budget increases. So we did say Kansas City hosts Philadelphia. We'll put our predictions out on our Facebook again this week. And then we have Chargers going to Vegas.
Yeah, that's a Monday night game. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. I don't expect too much of an issue for the Chargers, but like I said, we'll get in our predictions a little bit later.
Yeah, those will be some good matchups right there. I think there's some pretty good Week 2 matchups too, and then you just kind of have ones that are kind of like whatever. And then you have the Bucks and the Falcons, which was another good game. We had a lot of good games Week 1. Um,
No, we didn't.
Michael Penis Jr. Is it Michael Penis? Oh, Michael Penix. Michael Penix Jr.
Penix.
Penix. He looked really good. I mean, he looked a lot better than Noodle Arm Kirk Cousins. I think there was one instance where his last touchdown, he ran it in. You know, everything's great. He had Michael Pitts just boxed out in the end zone. He's like, "Throw me the ball," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna Michael Jordan Space Jam this into the end zone rather than taking just this layup right in front of me." And it's small stuff like that. I mean, yeah, he got the touchdown. That's great, awesome. I think it was 4th and goal. I mean, you got to score. Kyle Pitts is right there in front of you, which they somehow learned how to use too. He had what? He had 8 targets. He had 7 catches. Yeah. It might be more catches and targets than he had all of last year or the past 3 years combined. I mean, they're figuring out how to use him, which he might have to look at him more. I don't know what's going on with Drake London. I saw he had the shoulder thing going on.
Here's the thing with Drake London. He's on one of my fantasy teams, so he is doomed. Okay, he should just shut it down now. I didn't see the exact injury from what I had heard was that he fell awkwardly, and they just don't want to have this little nagging problem or a long-term problem all year. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with his injury.
Yeah, I mean, he got plenty of targets too, which was good. Bijan was more successful catching the ball than he was running, but I mean, Bijan's Bijan, so.
But you see, here's the thing. This is my problem with the Falcons. They lost to Tampa, and it was only by a field goal, which they had a chance if the kicker, did his thing. He goes in overtime the whole night, right? Here's my issue. Bijan Robinson led them in rushing and receiving. Now, I understand he took a 50-yard screen pass to the house. I understand that. You take those 50 yards away, he still is right in the mix, only maybe a yard or two off from the actual receivers. Yeah. I mean, we just talked about not wearing down players. How much is he going to be relied on for everything? If he's off the field, do they have production? That's my concern for him.
I mean, they like Tyler Algier to bring him in to spell Bijan, but I mean, like, Bijan's also one of those players of, like, when Saquon was with the Giants. You can't really take him off the field because your offense just kind of sputters. I mean, maybe with Penix it might be a little different because when they had Cousins in there, I mean, he's not moving. He's not doing anything. I mean, at least Penix can move around, do what he has to do. Without Bijan, I mean, you're going to take a step back either way. Whoever they put in there, whether it's Algier, whoever, it's going to take a step back. It is good that they are learning how to use their wide receivers, though, with Drake London, and then Kyle Pitts figuring out that, I can play football. They were lining him up really weird, though, Pitts. He was, like, lined up like a wing sometimes, and he was, like, in a weird stance. I was like, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. Especially down the goal line, too. I'd have him on the slot, maybe put him in motion or something. I mean,
you're not telling me that he's gonna block.
I don't.
What's he doing that close to the line?
I don't know. I mean, on the plus side, I mean, it was nice for the Bucks to get what they get. I mean, Mayfield had one of Mayfield's days, or touchdown dependent. You know, if you're talking fantasy way, he only had like 100-something yards, I think it was. Fun fact about the Ibuka's last touchdown, he called his own number. In the huddle, he said, I want the post, throw it up there, I'm going to catch it. Called his own number. Mayfield was like, hell yeah, throws him the ball, does exactly what he said. I think once they get Chris Godwin back, that offense will be extra nasty. I mean, they don't really have to rush him back, though. So if they're in that playoff hunt, he could slowly come back in, which I think they're going to be in the playoff hunt. I mean, it's a new offense. They don't have Cohen, who's with the Jags now, who looked good with his offense. But that offense is going to be nasty because you still have Mike Evans, too. Will Ibuka stop him from getting 1,000 yards this year? I don't know. We're going to see on that one. But I think Ibuka is going to be a vital key. I think he goes over 1,000 yards this year. I saw a prediction that he had like 900 yards and like 6 touchdowns, and I was like, well, you're telling me he's only going to score 4 more touchdowns the rest of the year now? I don't think that. He scored 2 in week 1. So it's a positive there. Great game.
And that's the thing. Of course, I mean, he comes from wide receiver, Ohio State, OH, baby. Um, but he during the national championship game, he's the one that pointed out the route that Jeremiah Smith should run on that final drive that
Mhm.
sealed it. So this when I heard that, that doesn't shock me that he called his own number. This dude's not only is he athletic as all heck, he's just intelligent. You know what I mean? I think if he wanted to, when after he retired, he could just coach somewhere, like just smooth transition.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
he was what 4 years at Ohio State. He played all four.
Yes.
Well, that also
Hmm.
plays into it too. That's very rare that you have a guy that stays all 4 years now and everything like that. But I mean, the guy loves the
Right.
game. He did. He was never like the guy at Ohio State because you always had guys like Marvin Harrison
Right.
Jr. or you had Jeremiah Smith. But he was always up there and he was always doing what he had to do and he was always working and it shows. I mean, it shows. It's a
Right.
great receiver. It shows.
Well, I mean, next Tampa, you can pretty much chalk this up. Tampa goes to Houston, and then Atlanta goes to Minnesota next. So that honestly, that could be a better game than some. If Atlanta can put points up, I think that might be a little bit of a shootout.
With my boy
So
JJ McCarthy up there. We'll get into that too.
your adopted son,
The son I don't
he
have.
just doesn't
The
know
son
it
I
yet.
always wanted.
Yeah,
Too bad he's from Michigan. He just ruined it with that. But dude's a winner.
ish,
Dude's a winner.
Michigan, ish,
Uh,
ish.
well, now we have the
Yeah,
Ohio battle of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. That
Mm.
it's just. Um, the only good news for the Browns is they got Junkins signed. I think he was supposed to be at practice today. I think they said Wednesday. So maybe they'll get him up to par. The run, I don't know. I mean, the Browns defense is exactly what you want a defense. They played great. D-line almost killed Burrow multiple times. I thought they were going to have the casket wheeled out half the time. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they only let up 7 yards in an entire second half, and you still lose. Now, I'm not putting that all on the 41-year-old quarterback Joe Flacco. But as a team, I mean, you got to do something there. I mean, the Bengals' defense is not great. They're not great. They didn't really add anyone except a DN that didn't sign until whatever, like halfway through training camp, and he had 4 sacks his entire career. The Texas A&M, I didn't understand. It didn't make any sense. They should have drafted like Mike Green or something like that, who went the second to the Ravens, which I was holy crap. Again, just adding to the Ravens, they blew that one. But I mean, they shut down the Bengals' high-powered offense of Joe Burrow, who usually sucks week 1. He usually picks it up like week 3, 4 is when he really comes in. But they held Jamar Chase, I don't know, 20 yards, something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
If you take Cincinnati's offense and you take Cleveland's defense and put them together on the same team, that's a really good team. But the fact that you don't makes them really, really bad. I mean, I am very certain somebody inside the Bengals organization, it might be the owner himself, they're trying to kill Joe. They put a hit out on him, and that's it. You know what I mean? You can't tell me, yeah, you gave money to Jamar Chase, you gave money to T. Higgins, you gave money to Joe Burrow. Okay, great. What have you done offensive line wise recently?
Nothing.
I mean, you draft a guy that has, like you said, 4 sacks in his entire college career. Meanwhile, Ted Karras is still playing center. I mean, who the hell even is that? I mean, he's a veteran. He's not horrible. He's much better than I ever was. Like, I'm not knocking the guy. But you mean to tell me you got $200 million or so getting the snap every play? You got Ted Karras trying to protect him? No.
Stud center right there. He knows how to
Stud.
he knows how to snap the ball. So
Yeah, well. Now, here's my thing with like you said, there's absolutely nothing special about Cleveland. I'm just looking at my notes from them, and there was nothing special. They threw the ball 45 times, 45. Somehow they threw the ball a higher number than their starting quarterback's age, and he's our age.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
close to your age.
horrid.
I'm still a young buck, so
Listen, I'm not 40.
close to
Not
your
yet.
age, all right.
No.
I'm like
Yeah, I mean,
24. It's crazy.
what? Um, so yeah, I mean, this is just the beginning for Cleveland. Next up for Cleveland, they do go to Dallas, which I think could definitely potentially be another loss for Cleveland.
They
And then the
they go
schedule doesn't even
where?
suck at all. They go to Dallas, as far as I.
No, they don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. My B's and G's look a lot alike because I
I
got
know. I've seen your
I
handwriting.
got I got
It's.
doctor's handwriting. I just ain't got the
I
degree.
I think my
Uh,
1 year old has better handwriting. It's crazy.
a little bit. Higher IQ too, but
I think so.
I'm sorry. They go to Baltimore, so they're definitely going 0-2. At what week would you say um another quarterback goes in, whether it's Gabriel, Sanders, you know?
I mean, it depends what they look like week 5, 6. Are they like 1-4? Or are they
Mhm.
3-2? And if they're 3-2, Flacco looks good. You keep him going. You guys are 1-5. Flacco just kind of like, I need a nap. You kind of throw in another QB.
And
See what
that's
you get.
another thing. You have Cincy, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Baltimore, they look. I mean, up to the last couple of minutes of the game in Buffalo, they looked really good. No one expects them to just fall off a cliff. If Aaron Rodgers is truly back from the dead, all of a sudden Pittsburgh's back into this conversation, and you just lost to Cincinnati, so you're not going to sweep them. At what point do you get like, you know what? Our only chance is the wild card, and now we're going against the rest of the AFC. We can't even win the division. How like at what point do you say, okay, Gabriel, no matter what, these two games are your games. Shador, no matter what, these two games are your games. It's good. I think that's going to be more of the storyline than Cleveland. Then they're going to have to hit the reset button
I
next
mean,
year.
at some point too, you decide what's going on with Deshaun Watson because for whatever reason he is throwing and running. Do you bring him back at some point this season to be like, okay, are we gonna roll with Deshaun Watson or are we gonna try to play him, put some tape so somebody wants to trade for him and we get something for him?
Right.
Because we don't want him. I mean, those rub and tugs just aren't helping. They're not helping the franchise. So what are you gonna do? The next game we have is the Miami Dolphins and the surprising Danny Dimes Indianapolis Colts. I left field. I didn't know what was going on in that game. Tua looks like he's still recovering from all 45 concussions. Danny Dimes looks like Andrew Luck. The Dolphins defense looks like they're all Ray Charles and Howland Keller, and Danny Dimes scored on all of his drives. Everything at least ended in a field goal every single time. He was the only quarterback ever to do that. And you're just like, is it the Giants? Or like where did Danny Dimes come from? Because I don't think the receivers in Indianapolis are better than the ones in New York. I mean, the only thing that's better is you have Tyler Warren, but they didn't even need him. You got Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce looked like he exists again.
Josh Downs.
Josh Downs.
I mean, I'll tell you this. The Colts are the Dolphins are who we fight. And I'm not buying into this, victory any way, shape, or form. The entire time that I've been a Colts fan, they win the games that they're supposed to win, and then they lose the games that they're supposed to lose. And I've been saying ever since Tua got drafted that he is not a franchise quarterback. And here we are years later, where they're about to cut ties with him and restart. If you take away his first read, if you take his stuff away, if that's it, he can't do anything. I'm convinced. I went into the season thinking that the Saints were going to be the worst team. I'm starting to really believe that the Dolphins may be the worst team. Mike McDaniel will be fired. Tua was gone. They may actually trade Tyreek Hill for whatever they get for him. Hit that huge reset button. We gave Cincinnati crap for not protecting Joe Burrow. What have the Dolphins done? Liam Eichenberg is one of the lowest rated offensive linemen according to PFF, and yet they signed him to like an extension. What are you doing?
You
So
just have to
I'll
see.
wait a couple of weeks before I buy into this.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to suck just not enough to get a huge contract to be a Dolphins offensive lineman. I mean, I was gonna say, at what point do they just keep crashing? Do you put Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers in? Quinn Ewers has the same exact arm as Tua Noodly, and Mike McDaniel just gets fired. I like Mike McDaniel. I think he's a weird, quirky coach. I think he has great ideas. I think Tua kind of holds back that offense and stuff he wants to do. Always has because he doesn't have the arm. He's got to anticipate, especially with the receivers that you have with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, how fast they are.
Right.
He's got to throw that ball before they even make it out of their break, and they turn around. They're like, oh, and they kind of just wait because like it's just rather than where
Oh,
they
it
might
takes
give Zach
forever to
Wilson
get
the
there.
ball. So
Right.
I mean, I think it's just a matter of time with them. I mean, I'm surprised. I thought they'd be okay, but they made the Saints look relevant. The funniest part about that game is when the Colts picked off Tua and the guy runs down the end zone and does a seizure celebration, which I thought was hilarious. Some people might not, but that was great. That was the most entertaining part of the
Listen,
entire game.
he went into the end zone and scored a touchdown in the no fun league. Did a seizure celebration, didn't get flagged or fined. So if the NFL is not offended by it, we should be.
Oh, speaking of fines, I forgot to bring this up during the Cowboys. The left tackle Tyler Guyton got fined for that punch that he landed on the D end when he was blocking him. He got fined like $13,000. The no reason left hook out of nowhere. I don't even care. It was worth it. I'd pay 13
So
if I had it.
the NFL is setting the precedent. If you punch somebody during the game, that's 13K. You spit on them, that's about 60K.
Yeah, and you get to just sit out that game that you were in. It was a beautiful left hook. If Tyler Guy never retires, he'll just become a boxer and he'll box. I don't know, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul would never fight him. He won't fight anybody young. Here's my so Miami. They host New England this upcoming week. So to me, I think that's going to be a more of a barometer for them where they are. I mean, the Patriots had the fourth overall pick, and they didn't exactly add a plethora of weapons around Drake May. And as the Dolphins come out and lose to them at home, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be a midseason firing.
I mean, I see it being mid-season firing anyways, but I mean, like they did add Diggs, who's a veteran. They do have two up-and-comers up in New England with Efton Chisholm, who I think he was banged up week 1. He didn't play. But they love him up there. I love him personally too. Great route runner. The Cooper Cup 2.0 right there. And then Kyle Williams, who they're bringing along slowly. So I think it'll be okay. And then I'll get more into them in a little bit.
It's funny you didn't say Booty or Booty.
Whatever.
You don't believe in him? I don't think the Patriots believe in him either.
Well, no, I don't believe in him.
Yeah.
And then
and Indy will lose to Denver this week, so that's
I
let that slip. No, it's in Indy.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. Danny Dimes.
And Danny we trust.
The next one we have is Panthers Jags. I think there was a rain delay. It didn't really affect them too much, like the Cowboys and Eagles one, where it kind of just like was great, and then everyone just started punting the ball because they were dead or whatever. Jags kept up the intensity. But I mean, you got the same old Bryce Young starting out slow, not be able to see his offensive line, put a little pressure in his face. I mean, he didn't look like the end of last year, Bryce Young. They're gonna have to run the ball more. I know they did get that big target Tet from Arizona. I don't know it's gonna matter much if. I mean, you need 7-foot guys for Young to see where the hell they're at. But I don't know. I mean, they're gonna have to rely on Hubbard, who I think he did pretty good. And then Dowdle, but I think Hubbard's the main one there. And then you had the Jags with new head coach, got his first win, Cohen. Duval. That lives rent free in my head, and I hate every second of it. Who? I know he rehearsed this in the mirror. I know it. I know he was in the mirror, like, oh, babe, come look at this. This is it, right? This is the one. Duval. No, just shut up. You should have been fired.
She probably said, "Babe, that sounds amazing." How much was your contract again? That sounds amazing.
How much did they sign you for? How much are you making? Oh my god, it's so good. Oh no, should have been fired on the spot. I don't even care. Go back to Tampa, like whatever. But I personally thought it was going to be Tank Bigsby and ETN sharing. Bigsby is now with the Eagles, who just like to trade with anyone and everyone. Every time there's someone on the trade block, every time someone's looked like, what do you want? What draft pick you want? Like they even tried to trade for Parsons and. It's ETN show until he gets banged up, and then it's Tutin or whoever the hell the other one is.
The big thing for me, this game here was frustrating just because I have Tet and fantasy, and the more that everybody listens, anybody that I draft in fantasy, just don't expect them to live throughout the whole thing. But apparently the Panthers had like 7 drops as a team, and they only had 1 quarterback hit. Now that may have been by design with Jacksonville like eating up a lot of clock and stuff like that, but they were the worst defense in the NFL. They got a little bit better, so instead of being terrible, they're only really bad. I don't know. You can't have that kind of defense and then drop that many passes and expect to do anything. I'm surprised they put up 10 points, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Panthers' defense would be a lot better if they had a player like Brian Burns. If they had a guy like that the Giants have. That's right. They traded Brian Burns for breadcrumbs.
For a song. A wink and a smile.
It'd be crazy. Crazy to have a guy like that. Then you had the big story of Travis Hunter playing both sides, Iron Man. He played 6 snaps on defense. I think it was 6. That was it.
Yeah.
Mostly on O. Looked like a baby giraffe just doing what he did. They were trying to give him the ball a lot. Brian Thomas Jr. did not do great. He had 7 targets. He ended up just with 1 catch. Trevor Lawrence has got to figure it out. I mean, he just looks like a taller, blonder Gardner Minshew, who is lovely. I love that man.
I've never been able to say this about Jacksonville. I mean, when they first came in the league, they took it a little bit by storm. I think they made it to then they made the Super Bowl. They went to AFC Championship. That's because they had old man Mark Brunell. And then after that, it was just like constant rebuild. So I've never been able to say this. Jacksonville is a competent quarterback away from being a serious contender, in my opinion.
Yeah.
At least offensively.
Well, I mean, they called Sunshine there, Trevor Lawrence, a generational talent, and he just, like I said, looks like you run-of-the-mill average QB that you had before him and could have used that pick or traded it on something else. You could have just ran with Gardner Minshew. It was the same thing. You put Gardner Minshew in this offense, I think he does better. I still believe in Gardner Minshew. He was great in Jacksonville. Great story. I think he should have still been there.
We both know exactly why he's not there. It's because you're paying Trevor Lawrence all that money. You can't have him sitting on the pine.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
They shouldn't even have drafted him though. It was that draft, Gardner Minshew. Yeah. I think it would have been fine. I mean, they're paying Trevor Lawrence. Quarterbacks get paid too much money now, anyways. It's absolutely insane. Like, oh, you won 5 games? There's $70 million a year. Holy crap! Way to go!
Right? Fully guaranteed.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But I mean, Jacksonville has Cincinnati next, and it's in Cincinnati. Does Travis Hunter play 20-25 snaps? I mean, who else are they going to have guard Ja'Marr Chase?
It'd be an interesting matchup to have him 1-on-1. They did say they're going to put him on defense a little bit more. But we'll see what they want to do. They may want to use him on offense, but at some point you're going to have to pick or choose in certain, I guess, game plans. What you want to do. So.
All right.
Who do the Panthers have next?
The Panthers are in Arizona, so we're gonna have the battle of I believe they're just called tiny people, small people.
Yeah, miniatures.
Yeah, miniatures. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, the
yeah.
miniatures.
Combined height 6'2".
Yeah, on a good day wearing heels. Yeah. We'll see which one looks better running around with the ball with their head cut off. Um, we have the Raiders and Patriots game. Patriots. I'm gonna say this. Run the ball, and for the love of God, do it with Henderson. I don't understand the timeshare. I don't get it. You guys have been trying to bump Stevenson down for like 3 seasons now. He has a fumbling issue. You have Gibson, who's a really good receiver, and then you have Henderson, who does it all. He does all of those. You just have one guy. You just have one guy. Side note: I have him in fantasy, and it'd be great. It'd be freaking great. But he's your best running back, and you have him in a timeshare. He's proven it all training camp and preseason. He's your best running back, and then you come out the gates of sprinkle him, sprinkle him.
Here's the thing that I would combat that with. If you know, if you weren't able to tell from prior comments, I am a diehard fan. OH. Um, now Henderson, he's another one that stayed all 4 years. Every year that he was with Ohio State, he got hurt when he was the bell cow. Transfer in Judkins, all of a sudden they're splitting time. All of a sudden Henderson stays healthy. So I love Trayvon Henderson. I really, really do. But especially early on, I don't think he's a guy that, like, you know what, you're our guy. You're getting 20 plus carries. Everyone else gets carries when you're tired.
I wouldn't say 20 plus, but I don't know how many he had. It wasn't a lot. It was a handful. But I think he should be the guy you start with, and then use it maybe 1 and 2, and then you do have Gibson, who's the receiver. Give Henderson a break. Henderson doesn't have to play all 3 downs. That's fine.
Right.
He should at least be in there when you start the drive. If you want to take him off a goal line, whatever. Put Stevenson or have like a 3-back committee wise. But you shouldn't be starting out with Stevenson and then putting Gibson in when Stevenson is tired, and then be like, all right, Henderson, go do this. It should be Henderson as a start, and then trinkle in the other guys how you want to trinkle them in.
He had 11 total touches. He had 5 carries and 6 catches. Yeah.
It's stupid.
I mean, Stevenson had 7 carries. And then Keishon Butte, 6 catches, 103 yards.
I'm still not all about that Boutte. I think it was a one-offer. I don't think that Boutte is going to be great. It is what it is on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, in this
Did you see that meme about Demario Douglas?
What about him?
Somebody posted, I made a sizable bet that Demario Douglas would have 1,000 yards this year. After 1 week, he only needs 1,002 yards.
That would be the type of bets I make, where it's like, oh, I'm just one off. Oh, okay.
And that would be the last leg you need for like $1 million.
Yeah, speaking of legs, hopefully Brock Bowers' leg is okay.
Listen.
He said it's okay. They said they're taking it day to day. They are kind of expecting him to play. We'll see, baby. Yeah. I mean, it also depends if Chip Kelly wants to play him at all. You know,
don't say that name in my presence.
Chip Kelly playing him only 50% of the snaps. Your best offensive weapon plays 50% of the snaps. I don't care if he's a tight end or not. Put him on the slot. He's better than your slot receiver. I don't care.
Listen, like you and I have talked about before, and you said it better. He was innovative at first. He's kind of like just a taller, fatter, less fashionable Mike McDaniel. Mm-hmm. Like, he was fashionable. He did this whole thing with the Eagles, and then that's how he landed the Niners job. But they figured him out quick. And now this is the same guy that was at UCLA running the team. So you know what? I don't want to be a guy that's got to do all this political stuff, make appearances. I just want to coach ball. So then he goes to Ohio State for the year. And let me tell you, when I say you and I could have coached that offense, I mean you and I could have coached that offense. It couldn't have been that hard with that many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he lands the Raiders job, where to me there's a lot less talent. And it's like, okay, well he's back in the league, he's only doing the offense. And then I'm looking through and I read your best player only plays 50%.
Yeah,
50-5-0?
splitting time with Michael Mayer, who they drafted in the second round, and then was basically doing nothing after they got Brock Bowers because Michael Mayer wasn't like all they thought he was going to be. I'm fine with putting Michael Mayer as your hand in the dirt tight end, have him like do like little drags or whatever like that, and then putting Bowers outside or in the slot, or like spelling Bowers, and he still gets like 80% of the snaps or whatever, because he's your best fucking player. He's your best offensive weapon, and it sure as hell isn't Genty, who I still believe is going to be a bust and is not as good as the 6th overall pick. And I have a written down. He had 19 carries. Genty, 19 carries. He averaged 2 yards per carry. I don't care what that offensive line is doing. I don't care nothing. You just got picked with the 6th overall pick. Everyone's like, he's a beast. I didn't see it. Lesser competition. Yeah, you're going to have your spurts. I mean, he had like 2 or 3 good runs against Penn State. Other than that, he was bottled up. He was getting hit. Everything like that. I didn't see it.
And like I said earlier, New England had the 4th overall pick. Now, yeah, they have Mike Grable, who's a defensive guy, and they got some more players on that side. But yeah, dude, like they, I don't. You expect him to at least get 50 yards. Like 50, 60 yards a game. You're looking at 600 yards by your 10th game, so you're looking at what 800 yards for your rookie year. I'm not expecting 1,000, but I mean 38 yards, 19 carries.
I
But you
mean,
know
you
what?
know what?
If Chip Kelly puts Brock Bowers on the field a little bit more, maybe things will start opening up.
Well, I mean, if
Just
he puts him
saying.
puts him out wide or something like that to really get them like spread out a little bit more. But when you have Michael Mayer in there, I'm gonna stack the box because he's not gonna beat me. Like as a linebacker, I'm gonna think that like he's not gonna beat me. I
I
mean,
mean, well, I mean, I
with Genty too is like you kind of want your guy over like the 3 yards per carry average. I mean, you want him higher up, obviously. But I mean, even on 19 carries, he should have had at 3 yards. What you're kind of looking for. He still should have had 57 yards. He didn't do much. He didn't do much.
and it's not going to get easier. They host the Chargers next, which um I'm not Nostradamus or nothing, but I kind of think you're going to need to score more than 20 points to beat the Chargers.
Especially the
Um,
new offense.
and and like we said earlier, New England has to go down to Miami. If New England can get this win, I think that's going to do a lot. Drake May didn't look bad. I mean, all that when we've done, we talked about the Raiders and stuff. Drake May, I believe he had 287 yards
Yeah,
passing. Like
he
that's a good day.
he looked good, and he didn't really have a run game because they only gave Henderson 5 carries. So I mean, what are you gonna fucking do? I mean,
Yeah.
use your best player. That's what's gonna happen. The next up is the Cards and the Saints. The epic story of little man Kyler Murray crapping his pants before the game even started. That was his tummy issue at 4 o'clock in the morning. Is he had a little diarrhea. That was the problem. So he was holding that in the whole game, and
Eating too much gumbo. That's what happened.
I mean a lot of Call of Duty and emphasis on the duty.
Yeah.
He did get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr., which is nice, and McBride. They were all involved. Those are going to be your main targets all season. I heard, and it looks pretty good with the chemistry he has with Marvin Harrison Jr., which is great because people are like, "Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bust." It was 1 year. He had like 800 yards receiving. He was a rookie in a lower class offense that had other targets like McBride and stuff. When people compare him to Neighbors, and like, well, Neighbors was the only wide receiver, and they didn't have a tight end or running back or anything there. So you have that, and then I've always said James Conner's time is going to come, and it might be this year with Trey Benson.
Yeah.
He looked good, younger. James Conner, great story, everything like that. Great, awesome. I think it's his time. He's getting up there in age, but I mean, the Cardinals did not look horrible. I think if he didn't have that Call of Duty issue, I think they would have put up more points. Because the Saints aren't amazing, but the Saints hung with them until the end. I mean, you had Rattler look good. I mean, it was just, it is what it is. I mean, they passed the ball like 46 times. Um, they gotta get some type of pass rush on other good actual teams. I hated the Saints jerseys. I did not like those. I didn't know what was going on. Black tops, gold. It looked like practice jerseys. It looked like they were wearing practice jerseys. I was like, this ain't it.
It
This ain't
really it really looked like stuff that Archie Manning used to wear. You know what I mean? Like that clip of him with the jersey that's all. That's what he looked like he was wearing. It was
Yeah.
bad. The whole Spencer Rattler thing, like you said, he threw the ball a bunch. He didn't look horrible. He looked a lot better than he did at the end of last year. But I mean, everybody was hurt last week, and they just kind of threw in the towel. So you know what? We're not officially tanking, but we want to see how high we can go on that draft board. Um, that's why I just didn't understand the draft pick of Tyler Shuck. And Tyler Shuck might be the greatest person ever. If I ever meet him, he may just be, like a brother from another mother. But brother, you're 26 or 27 years old.
He's 25.
You know what I mean? 20. Okay, so he's 25, and by the time his first contract runs out, he's gonna be damn near 30. And I understand quarterbacks are playing longer, but it's not like he stayed in and got his goddamn medical degree. He stayed in college because he kept getting hurt.
I mean,
Like that, you're coming in with a history.
It's better than picking Brandon Weeden though in the first round, like the Browns did. He was 28. I hated that. I liked Tyler Shuck in the draft. I was telling you he was my gem. I didn't say second round though. I did not say second round. I said he was going to be the steal later on when you could take a flyer, just because of his arm. He has a very strong arm. I think he honestly has the strongest arm behind. Gabriel doesn't have the strongest in terms of being able to throw the ball farthest, but he has the strongest arm in terms of zip. I think he set a record, Dylan Gabriel, at the combine for how fast he can zip the ball. But in terms of being able to zip it and sling it and everything, love Tyler Shuck's arm. I know there's that one clip that goes around where like he kind of like tosses it and like it's real awkward and like it doesn't hit the receiver or even come close. But I was like, that was half the quarterback class anyways. It wasn't a strong class. But I think overall arm talent wise, I think Tyler Shuck had the best arm, especially watching the combine. I would have taken him probably fourth round, something like that, just because of the age and the injury history. Not the second round. I think he has a chance though. I mean, it's only a matter of time before, like, if you lose another like 2-3 games, even 4. I mean, depending how much you want to look at Rattler, you're like, okay, let's see what Shuck has, because if we're gonna have this top pick in a very strong quarterback heavy class, do we want to give up on Shuck after this year? Depending on who we can get. So it's
we can
look at him.
We can look a couple of years down the road now. I mean, if the Saints, because the Saints are obviously in a little bit of our buddy, Sean Andrews, is diehard Saints fan, and he said it in our fantasy chat. He's like, they've been rebooting for like 12 years now. So I mean, if they let's just say that they're bad this year, but they're like, you know what, new head coach, we got a rookie quarterback, blah 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 blah. Then they had to go through this draft, and then next year they're bad again. Say they have an opportunity to take Arch Manning.
Wow.
He brings up, you know what I mean?
Is it Arch Manning or is it the Ohio State Arch Manning? I mean, I don't want to take him.
Listen, Arch Manning never impressed me. He came in, he couldn't even beat out Quinn Ewers. All right. So he never. If his name was Arch Smith, we're not having this conversation. Like, he is the second most frustrating quarterback to talk to anybody about. It's like, here's a Manning. Okay, wonderful. Who cares? Like, he has good bloodlines, but that doesn't mean that I think he's closer to the most overrated Super Bowl winning quarterback of all time than he is than his grandfather or Peyton. So I don't know, but that's for another episode.
Yeah.
The Saints are going to lose again this week. That's just the bottom line. They host the Niners. Even without Brock Purdy, I think the Niners can take care of that. So.
All right. And the next one we have up here is the Steelers and Jets. I mean, you have Aaron Rodgers looking like he just came to the league with 4 touchdowns, with a great performance. And then you had a nice battle with Fields, using his legs. Looks a lot better. I didn't want to draft him in fantasy. I thought he was going to be booty cheeks, booty. Um, but he looked a lot better. Garrett Wilson also makes it look easy. I mean, he's wide receiver 1 with any QB at this point. I mean, anyone you get. And then when it comes to the other offensive, I mean, Hall's the lead back in the Jets, even if Allen comes in for short yardage. And then you have Caleb Johnson, who had -2 yards. Third back, whatever. He's on one of my fantasy teams, and I'm about to get rid of him. But then you have little Jalen Warren stealing the show, looking like Darren Sproles. But he's never been able to stay healthy when he's plays a lot. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time with that one.
Yeah, I expected Rodgers to come out and play better. I didn't think he could play that. And we're not saying that he set the world on fire, but I mean he threw four touchdowns. So I mean, if the Steelers can get that every week, or at least something close to that, I think they'll be okay. I still don't think they're going to beat Baltimore either time they play them, but and the Jets showed us like, hey, we're not going to beat the Bills, but we're going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah,
So
the Steelers defense didn't look as impressive as they normally do.
no.
That extra $3 million or whatever didn't make Hayward play $3 million better. So I mean, Darius Slay didn't play great. Joey Porter didn't play great. I mean, Jalen Ramsey didn't play great. They have a lot of names, not a lot of actually playing greats. So
They made plays when they had to,
yeah,
but I mean it was real extreme bend or break
yeah,
with them. So or bend not break. I'm sorry.
yeah. Who they got next?
Pittsburgh hosts Seattle, and then the Jets lose. I mean, play Buffalo.
Ah, okay, but
Yeah.
could be a good game, and then the other one's just gonna be taking the kid out back and just beating them. Next one we have the Giants and Commanders. Kind of what I expected. I mean, everyone was raving about the Giants' offensive line. They're booty cheeks. I've always said they're booty cheeks. They're going to continue to be booty cheeks. I mean, booties. They're going to be booty cheeks. Everyone raved about Tracy. He sucks. All the running backs suck. I give the ball to Cam Scatterboo because the man's just looking to make contact with anything and everyone. Give himself CTE by the time he's 26. The man doesn't care. Right. I mean, give him the ball. You might as well give him a chance. I'm telling you, Tracy ain't it. Especially behind that offensive line, you're going to want somebody who can break a tackle on the first contact because they're getting hit as soon as they get to the line. You have Russell Wilson starting. Don't know why Russell Wilson is starting other than you just want to like ease Jackson Dart into it. But Seattle traded Russell Wilson at the right time. Ever since they traded him, he just it hasn't gotten any better. But I mean, they got the Neighbors. Neighbors had 12 targets. He only had 5 catches, but I mean, you're gonna shut him down. And then on the Commander side, Daniels looked good. Overall, they try to get Debo involved. McLaurin just kind of there, wanted that huge contract. Maybe not being there during the offseason just kind of held him back a little. But he wasn't featured much. And then you have your new halfback with the Commanders. Bill Croskett Merritt. He's going to be halfback 1 by the time it's week 6. I'm telling you. I've been calling this one. Okay, you're like, no, it's going to be Rodriguez. It's going to be Eckler. No, it isn't. It's going to be Bill.
I never said Eckler. Eckler has never been.
You're right. You said Rodriguez. It's going to be Bill. It's Bill's time to shine.
No.
I'm telling you.
Bill's gonna be eating a Twinkie one day, and he's gonna start choking on it, and it's gonna affect his larynx to be out for the year.
Is your name Bill?
So and you bring up the O line for the Giants. Even if they had all of their starting guys, their O line's still garbage.
Yeah.
I kept hearing that the D line for the Giants is really good, which I thought the D line did get, some decent pressure, good pressure, but I kind of think it was a little inflated because of how bad that O line was that they were going against every practice.
I mean, I would hope that the Giants D line does get pressure this year because of how much money they have spent on that D line, and then drafting Abdul Carter, who they're calling Parsons 2.0. You're never gonna have another Parsons. I don't think he's gonna be Parsons 2.0. But I mean, it's going to make it easier when you have Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns rushing the passer, and then Thibodeau whenever he comes in. But I think Thibodeau's time is coming to an end. He'll be gone after this year. So.
And not for nothing, the Commanders they can throw the ball a little bit. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he had a couple balls that just sailed on him, and like you said, the whole timing with McLaurin might be a little off, but they rushed for 220 yards as a team. That's
Bill.
You're saying Chris Rodriguez. It's really weird, really weird. But I mean, it's going to be a short week for Bill. They got to go up to Green Bay this week, actually tomorrow night, and then the Giants head down to that place in Texas where touchdowns don't exist.
Yeah, they're about to get that big D. Going down to big D. Then we had the Titans and the Broncos. The debut of the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. No. I don't know why
he found
they
out
did it.
real quick why they number 1 pick last year.
Well, it was because Will Levis' shoulder was destroyed. Did you see that picture? Everyone makes fun of him because that styling was like, bro, I'd be making that face too, and I wouldn't have played the whole year.
Yeah.
I would have been out after that week. That man played with a busted throwing shoulder that entire year, and then they bend him over, draft Cam Ward, and are like, well, get it fixed, go on IR, and get the hell out of here, Mr. Mayo. Yeah. Like, I think you trade that pick because Cam Ward ain't worth it. It's not a strong QB class. I would have traded it, or drafted Travis Hunter so people are interested in my team because nobody's interested in the goddamn Titans right now.
Right.
I would not have taken him. I mean, you need so many other pieces. You don't have the receivers. Ridley's great. That's awesome. That's it.
Here's my biggest issue with the Titans. They had a bunch of drops, which did not help.
A lot of those passes were not great.
Right. The offseason for the Titans, only one move this offseason, the entire offseason, made me go from a standing position to a sitting position involuntarily. When they gave Dan Moore Jr. that much money to be their starting left tackle, I was thinking about getting my cleats back out and saying, "Hey, I'll play for him." Did you know? And this is, I mean, not to kill the Titans or anything, but I'm going to kill the Titans. Did you know that Dan Moore Jr. had a PFF grade of 38.1, which is ranked 80th out of 81 qualifying offensive trainers?
I mean, listen, he's not last.
Like Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty hard, but, you always can't be like me or you, so.
No. and I mean, on the Denver side, Denver's a pretty decent team. Denver turned the ball over twice, but they had 6 sacks. So, I mean, when you can kind of take care and neutralize that, I don't know. They're going to be a strange team all year, I think.
Yeah, Denver played good. Bo Nix did not. I'm hoping it's not a sophomore slump for him. I heard great things coming out of camp, but he did not look that impressive against the Titans defense that he probably should look impressive against. He also is 95 years old as well, so he doesn't have a lot of time because he came out late, like always, because he was in college for 96 years, or at least it felt like. And then you have the Broncos running backs. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of time before Dobbins is out and RJ Harvey's in. They kind of split it up. Obviously, they're going to give Harvey more. Who knows if Dobbins blows out another Achilles or ACL. Great for him to be back running. But he's on a 1-year deal, and you're going to want to keep your guy. It's going to be there at least 4 more years. I mean, the Broncos are going to Broncos. The defense is always going to be great. They're always going to keep you in games. They're always going to stop guys, but the offense needs to pick it up. And that's going to be run by Bo Nix. RJ Harvey can maybe help you a bit, but you're still going to be Bo Nix reliant, and that's what Sean Payton wants. So,
all I'm seeing right now is that Denver's going to start the year 2-2. That's all I see.
Yeah.
Because they host the Colts or go to the Colts this week.
I think that's
And
going to
I
be a
don't
closer
believe in
game than you
Dame.
think. I think it's going to be a closer game. It all depends, like I said, on Bo Nix. If Bo Nix has the same game that he had this week against the Titans, that game's going to be very close. But if you get the Bo Nix that started out, that's finished strong last year, that was one, maybe 2 games better than what he played from making it a true race for Offensive Rookie of the Year with Jaden Daniels, or like another like 2 or 3 wins away, those close games, then, okay. But if he plays, a little off, they don't do what they need to do, I think it's a lot closer, and Danny Dimes might dime him up and really get it going there.
Before I vomit in my mouth, who's next?
We have the 49ers and Seahawks. Good thing to see McCaffrey back, and that's the only person you saw back. Purdy's down right now. I don't think he practiced today. He's got a toe. He's got that little limp toe there and a limp shoulder. You have Kittle on IR right now. He's got a little hammy issue, a little hamstring. So you're down him. Jennings.
Juwan Jennings is still down.
Wanted this huge contract. He's Boutte. He's always been Boutte. He's worth wide receiver 3 Mané. I don't know what he thought or who he thought he was, but he's not him. Who is him though? Is Ricky Pearsall. Don't care. He is him. He's love him. Loved him out of the draft. I called that draft too. Didn't think he was gonna be a first rounder though. These guys I talk about coming out, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be good. Not in the first round. Not in the second round.
Right.
I thought he'd be a late second round, third round pick. Good steal. Take him in the first. Took a shot for it. He got a little popped up for that one. Came back strong. He's got swag. He's so confident. Changed his number to number 1 like he had in college because the man is number 1. He had over. Let me see what he had. He had 108 yards on only 4 catches. 108 yards on only 4 catches. Get the man some more targets, especially if Kittle's out, Jennings out, Ayuk still dying, his knee exploding. Who knows what he's doing? Give him the ball more. The only receiver that outdid him in that game was Smith and Jigba, who had 9 catches for 124 yards. I mean, just kind of going back and forth there, Darnold looked mad though because he had like 140 yards or whatever, and 124 of them were one guy. And then you kind of.
And you know what? That's the thing. That is the thing that bothers me about it. Seattle lost this game to a San Francisco team that ended up getting banged up. And I had to write this down because it pissed me off. Jackson Smith and Jigba, as you so articulately put, 9 catches, 124 yards, didn't find the end zone. The other receivers, everyone else who caught a ball, combined 7 catches, 26 yards.
And they have Cooper Kupp.
Can somebody else please step the fuck up?
Cooper Kupp just kind of died after his Triple Crown, and his Great White Hope is not great or hopeful, but he's still.
Well, they just drafted Torrey Horton too. I mean, or Torrey Horton. I don't expect him to come in and just like make JSN nervous about his target share, but do something like poke him with the stick. You know what I mean? Like poke him with the stick. Say do something. You know what I mean? Like come on.
I mean, you got Sam Darnold though, who I didn't think was great. I think the Vikings made him great, and that was it. The O'Connell offense made him great, got him paid. I think he's going to see Ghost a couple times this year, kind of like where he had it down towards the end of last year, going to the playoffs. I think he lost money there. But up in Seattle, now you have an actual conversation of the running backs of who is actually your starter, or are they doing 1A, 1B type deal with Zach Charbonnet? Zach Charbonnet had 12 rushing attempts over Walker's 10. And whether that's goal line or short yardage situations, why aren't you using Walker sooner then to get more touches, but you trust Charbonnet to take these? Because they weren't all goal line and short yardage. They would give him some here and there. But to have 2 more than your starter, I mean, there was talks during the offseason that they were thinking about trading Walker and sticking with Charbonnet. If they keep up this trend, I mean, you might see what Jacksonville did, and they trade Walker to the Eagles. For God knows what, just because the Eagles want him for whatever reason.
They'll trade their backup long snapper for him. So annoying. But you know what? I think this week, I mean, San Francisco's got to go to New Orleans, and being down, they're going to be down. I can see New Orleans picking that one up, and then Seattle's got to go to Pittsburgh. And the whole say, you know, you say what you want. The whole West Coast going East Coast and East Coast going West Coast. The record isn't great. It's not. So I mean, I don't. I mean, I guess we'll really see what happens if Pittsburgh can shut down JSN, and see who else they can have as far as an offensive weapon. But
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
Um, the next one we have is the Lions and Packers. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Lions. They lose both coordinators, and now they don't know how to play football. Um, I don't know. Gibbs did not do what you thought he would. I mean, he didn't get as many touches as you want. The Lions D, I feel, is overhyped, over-advertised. You know, like, oh, they're doing so great, they're putting all this pressure. They didn't do crap. They didn't do crap.
Even Hutchinson was shut out.
Yeah, Parsons had more sacks than Hutchinson, and he got, you know, his timeshare. Welcome to Green Bay. Here you go. Go get slow Jared Goff. The man rolled from one side of the pocket all the way to the other, and he finally sacked him. But I mean, you got another quarterback in there. He's not gonna get that sack. He's gonna take off. Jordan Love looked pretty good. The Packers looked really good. I don't think there's a true number one wide receiver in Green Bay. There hasn't been for years. They're all the same size, all the same type. Someone has to emerge. They did just give Christian Watson a $13 million extension. They gave him a 1-year extension, $13 million, so that he can rehab and not worry about coming back sooner. So he's signed till the end of next year, and he's just going to rehab this year. He has another year. Yeah, they just did this. They gave him a 1-year, $13 million extension after giving Parsons $500 million. Found some more money.
You know that's only $1 million less than Danny Dimes is getting in Indy.
Well, he's got it. He's got it to just sit there and do nothing. He's literally going to rehab.
I mean, go get your money. I can't hate on it, but I mean, if somebody offered me $13 million to sit around do nothing, I can't say that I wouldn't sign it either. But good lord.
Yep, just a rehab. Really, the only inspiring thing out of the Lions' offense was Isaac Tesla, who has officially 1 target, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. That's Triple Crown right there. 1-1-1, baby. It was a great touchdown too. It was a one-hander. Got his heels in. Love the hype of him. He was dealing with an illness all week though, and they weren't sure if he was going to play, so they only put him in for 3 snaps. He was literally only in for 3 snaps. That was one of them. And that was their only, I think it was their only touchdown. It looked good, though. The guy's 6'4". Fast. Another great white hope. We're going to see what happens. I like him. I like him, though.
I mean, he's on film now, so now they're going to have to game plan for him after they just gave Jameson Williams $800 million in part of the state of Michigan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
they gave him more money than... they gave him more money than Christian Watson, and he has less yards and touchdowns and catches than Christian Watson, which is crazy. So.
Well, I mean, Detroit's got to figure it out quick. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I lied. They host Chicago. I think they'll be fine.
No, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be just fine. And then Green Bay hosts Washington on a short week. We'll really get to see if Parsons can get what he was getting in his limited role. I mean, Jaden Daniels is not, Jared Goff arm wise, but he's light years ahead of him speed wise, and that's just it's two different games. So I'm excited to see that game actually. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night, which would be good. The Texans and Rams up next. Stroud, rough start to year 3. Hopefully he finds his first year, rookie year stride. Chubb's going to be your halfback 1. He looked good. He's getting more explosive. He's getting that step back. A team like the Browns could really use a running back like this. Probably be good for the offense if they had someone like Chubb, if only.
Yeah, right. In another world, maybe.
in another world, maybe
Yeah.
he was maybe in another world he would have been picked in the second round, in the same year that they picked a quarterback like, I don't know, Baker Mayfield. If they had a guy like that too, maybe they would just be great and relevant at some point. The Texans D kept him in the game. The offensive line for the Texans didn't look great, but they also traded, I don't know, 75 of them this past offseason to anyone and everyone who wanted them. So it's whatever. Why protect C.J. Stroud? We don't need Tunsil. We don't need Green. We don't need anyone. We'll take David Lopes. David Lopes, come play guard. So
Hey, I could allow 7 hits in a game too. I'll do it for a lot less money.
Stafford looked really good. I think adding Adams instead of Kupp actually improve them. I didn't think it would, just because they're kind of the same, but Kupp has decreased a lot. Adams kind of brings another success to it. I mean, Nakua had 11 catches, and then you have Kyron Williams, who's still halfback one there. They don't care about Blake Corum. They don't care about nothing. Jesus could walk through that door, and he's still going to run Kyron Williams into the ground, so it doesn't really matter. So.
Well, Jesus kind of skipped out on training camp and OTA, so he's got to earn those reps. The I don't know. I kind of expected the score to be higher. Either one of the ways. I didn't expect it to be combined 23 points, but Rams did what the Rams do. They just they win regular season games. I don't know. I love my Buckeyes, and I'll always back them sometimes to a degree that they don't deserve. But Stroud's really starting to worry me. He came out strong in his rookie year, and he's there saying he's going to debunk the whole no quarterback can come out of Ohio State and be successful. And now the past year with injuries and all that, even if you take away the sacks and the hits and all this, he just hasn't looked good. He just his throws are off. His throwing motion is slow. There's no speed on his ball. It's just none of it looks good. If you look at the guy and be like, you know what, that guy can carry us. We just need to protect him. Great, but I don't know. I just don't trust it right now.
It's because he's on your fantasy team.
It is because he's on my fantasy team.
Not just fantasy team, dynasty fantasy team. So you're stuck with him.
If you take the Texans out of the AFC South, all of a sudden they're not winning divisions anymore. All of a sudden they're not hosting playoff games anymore. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They go to Tampa next week. That's going to be interesting because they definitely don't have the defense that can stop that seems to be four-headed monster in Tampa. And then the Rams get a win against the Titans at home or on the road. So, I don't know. C.J. Stroud, please prove me wrong.
Well, luckily we have our Game of the Year candidate next already in Week 1 with the Ravens and Bills. Fantastic game. Those fans that left the stadium early, shame on you. Absolutely horrible. You didn't believe in Josh Allen? Come on, that big, beautiful man? Come on. Yeah. The 6'9" studly cannon for an arm quarterback, you didn't believe him? That's crazy. Because I didn't either. But he did it. He did it. I can tell you that much.
Josh Allen's the type of dude that when he walks into a room, his dick's already been there for a couple of minutes. That's who he is. All right.
Massive comeback.
I just don't get it.
I mean, it was a massive comeback. The defense helped a lot. Yeah. Henry fumbling the ball, which is, you never see that. Shooting themselves in the foot.
You know why you saw that?
Because he's on your fantasy team.
He's on my fantasy team.
You had an emergence of Keenan Coleman, who got a fluke touchdown. It got tipped. He got it. I mean, 8 catches for 112 yards on a touchdown. Without Josh Allen, the Bills would not be the Bills. I mean, they don't have any number 1 wide receivers or anything. You have Jackson, who makes it all look easy. I mean, anything he does makes it look easy. Henry still looks like he's 22 years old. The Ravens defense with all those names and studs just ran out of gas, and they couldn't do anything at the end. I mean, and the Bills just got rejuvenated from all their crappy fans leaving the stadium. And then Flowers.
I'm not worried about either of these teams. Honestly, this could be a preview of the AFC Championship. I mean, yeah.
I think so. You're gonna see them again. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, someone could step up. Stuff happens, but I mean, you could potentially see in one of the Super Bowl teams right there. And it was a hell of a first game. It was beautiful.
It was.
You can't ask for much more.
And they're both going to win this week. Baltimore hosts Cleveland, and Buffalo goes to the Jets. So
Oh,
both will be in the win column after this, and all of a sudden everything's going to be hunky dory.
I can't wait to see those new Bills rivals uniforms, those white ones. Oh, they're so nice.
They have to wear them in like November, December when
Yeah, they
there's
have to wear them in a
potentially like
snow
snow
game.
out. Yeah.
Really, just mess with teams. Like what?
Yeah. Just look for the blue stripe. He's down there somewhere.
The Monday night game, the Vikings and Bears, beautiful first round QB showdown. Great generational talent of Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy. My son. Oh my God, been banging the table
You're
all
dating kids.
off season of JJ McCarthy taking heat left and right. Oh my God, he's not worth this, especially in a dynasty league where I'm not naming any names, but some idiot tried to friggin' trade Dak Prescott for a first round and JJ McCarthy. And I was like, there ain't no way in hell JJ McCarthy ain't that great. You know, it's one game, but they took those training wheels off at halftime. They let JJ McCarthy do what they needed to do, and the man puts up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and comes back and wins the game against generational talent Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and I remember texting you throughout the game, like the first half, we're just sitting there like, what is happening? Like I understand this is his first official game in the NFL, but it looked a lot. The game plan that the Vikings had looked very similar to what Texas had against Ohio State when they lost 14-7. Eat it, Russ Mitchell. Um, the but then the second half comes out and it took him some time. It took the whole third quarter for him to get into a groove. But then, like you said, as soon as that happened, he's going downhill. Training wheels are off, and he shows that he can do it. Now it is one game. The Bears, to quote Denny Green, they are who we thought they were. You know what I mean? They have all these weapons. They don't have a quarterback to get it there because he's a one read and panic kind of guy. It's funny. He did that in college. He was a one read and panic kind of guy, and it didn't change when he got into better competition. It's just crazy
Who would
that
have thought?
happened.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you could see that they had some type of thing going against McCarthy, especially with 11 seconds left on the clock. You don't trust McCarthy to go out there and try to get you another like 5 to 10 yards where you could probably run 2 plays in there. 2 fast sideline plays, ain't there, throw it out, whatever. You'd rather run your kicker out there for a career-long field goal of 59 yards before the half, and if he misses, you give the other team a chance to maybe get, like 5 yards if there's enough time on that after that kick to kick their own field goal. It didn't make any sense to me. I understand you didn't have any timeouts or anything like that, but obviously right there you had some training wheels on, you didn't trust them. And then at some point you're down so much that you're like, I need to do this. And one of the greatest things that I heard from Aaron, like that I didn't hear personally, I wish I talked to Aaron Jones. I had some cool friends then, way cooler than I have now. No offense, Lopes, but they'd be NFL guys. I get some free tickets. That after he threw that pick 6, normal guys, whatever, and like they're down or whatever like that, he comes into the huddle and the first thing he says was, isn't there a better place to be than right here? And he's just living in the moment. And he just picked everyone up and they're like, holy crap, he's right. Like, where else would I rather be? This is the greatest place to be. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. And right at that moment, that's when everyone's like, all right, we're good. Everyone believes in JJ McCarthy as much as I believe in JJ McCarthy. They've been banging on the table all season. All off season.
So I will say this. I don't believe in him to a point. He did go to a school that is clearly for the people that can't get into good schools. They get into Michigan. But I will tell you this: JJ McCarthy was my starting quarterback in 2 fantasy leagues, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like this. I'm gonna, I'll be proved right, but at what cost? And then the fourth quarter happened, and I won both of those leagues. Like, all right, I'll give him another game. One more game.
Well, his official record as a starter, his entire career, including college, high school, everything like that, is now 64-3. He's only lost 3 games his entire career starting. Man's a winner.
I mean, they can put a tag on him, whether it's game manager or a distributor, whatever it is. As long as they get the W, I mean,
I mean,
who cares?
he played against the least drippiest quarterback ever, who went to the pro shop before the game and decided to put on a T-shirt, and he's like, "This is it. This is the one, guys. Look at this
You know
new trend."
what I had heard.
God
I
damn.
have a couple insiders in the organization there, and I was told that he called his mom, said, "Hey, I forgot my shirt at home," and then they had a little back and forth because she told him, "Don't forget your shirt," but he cried about it, so she had to go to the pro shop, get him a shirt. It was a little too big, but she said, "Too bad that's all they had, and that's what he had to play in." Maybe now he won't forget it.
Well,
So,
I would hope not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they go to Detroit next, so I don't anticipate another win on the horizon for them. Um, in Chicago, uh, and then Minnesota plays Atlanta. I don't know how I feel about that game, to be honest.
Believe in McCarthy.
Can't do it.
All right. Well, there's your week 1 games. We're running a little long here, but you know what? We're gonna have some week 2 stuff, and then hopefully you guys are still listening. It'd be great if you guys are still listening. Um,
Yeah.
if you are, please give us a follow. This is our first podcast, obviously, and our first recording. And we'll get a little better as we go along. Any tips and tricks would be awesome. Appreciate it all. But we're going to
God
do
willing,
some
we'll
week 2
get
stuff.
better.
We did say who they're playing and stuff like that. Like tomorrow night, we have the Commanders and Packers. I think it's going to be a good game. The run game is really what's going to dictate it because each team's going to want to stop the pass. Is it going to be Bill or Josh Jacobs? I mean, who's going to take over the game? I think Daniels might struggle a little bit because that defense is pretty good. But
We're definitely a lot faster than the Giants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. We'll have our picks, and I mean for that one, I'm gonna take the Packers. I'm gonna take the Packers on that one. The rest of the rest of the picks I'll have it later. But since this one's tomorrow, I'm gonna take the Packers in that game.
And not for nothing, you and I got, I think we each got 12 right out of the 16 games
Yeah, if
last
only I
week.
put
So,
bets on those, that'd be
mm,
great.
yeah, yeah, your betting is like my fantasy strategy. So, but
Who
yeah,
you like there?
I'm gonna go Packers strictly because they're at home. Um,
Gotcha.
if the I don't know because they're kind of very similar, but the Packers. I don't even know how to explain it properly because I just get it like when I think of like the Packers offense, they're going to give the ball to Josh Jacobs. They're going to throw the ball when they absolutely have to, and then that defense, if they can contain Josh Daniels, uh, not Josh Daniels, I'm sorry. Um, his name is escaping me right now.
Jaden Daniels?
Uh, Jaden Daniels, thank you. Jesus Christ, taking Josh Daniels, they owe those heat for the Patriots. Jesus, all right. If they can contain Daniels, I think that they'll be okay. I mean, they didn't light anything up. They don't really scare you outside of Scary Terry, another OH. But yeah, I'm gonna go Packers. I think they're gonna be able to control the ball and force the Commanders out of their comfort zone.
Next one we have is the Browns and Ravens. I mean, easy one. I don't know if I'm gonna wait. They're gonna take the Ravens on this one.
Ravens.
Flacco's playing his whole team
Ravens.
like always. Like whatever. Great
Yeah.
story. Oh my god, whole team. Don't really care. Ravens gonna bounce back. They're gonna dominate. I don't see them having the issues that they did last week. I don't think they're gonna crash and burn. They're definitely not gonna be the Bengals. I mean, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be dominant. I think they're gonna blow. I don't say like blowout, but they're gonna win easily.
I'm not even gonna make a comment about it. We'll just move on to that next one.
That's fair. After that, you have the Jags and Bengals. Like I said, Joe Burrow starts out slow until like week 4 or 5. The other question, like we brought up earlier, is Travis Hunter going to play against Chase? Are they going to try to do that? I mean, they do like Campbell and stuff, but I mean, at some point, is Campbell sucking that you just got to play Hunter on defense more so that your offense can try to put up some points because it's not like you don't have nobodies over there. I'm I'm going to take the Jags just because of how slow Burrow and company starts every single year.
Mhm.
And I think they get the better of them. I think it'll be a close game, but I think they get the better of them.
I'm also gonna go Jacksonville. If ETN is truly back, the Bengals defense was horrible last year. They're going to be bad again this year. And the Jaguars' game plan may be keep away. We're going to run the ball. We'll give it to Brian Thomas Jr. We'll give it to Strange when we have to. And they'll force the Bengals into passing. Yeah, they got two studs, but they ain't got nobody to block. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go Bears as well.
Next one we got is Giants and Cowboys going down to that big D. Uh, Wilson starting the QB. I mean, it is what it is. Cowboys getting a pass rush. Who knows? They were looking at Clowney today. I'm hearing right now that they aren't really going to sign Clowney. He left without a contract. I wish they would because we like Dante Fowler for whatever reason, and I think he should be retired. If Lamb catches the ball, the Cowboys should win this handily. I mean, they played really well against the Eagles, after the whole Spitgate thing and, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm going Cowboys on this one. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
I know it's a rivalry game. Oh my God, it's Russell Wilson and the Giants' crappy O line. I'm going Cowboys.
And it's going to be in Dallas, and I think even though he did have a good game, I think CeeDee Lamb can try and make up for those drops if they can keep the ball on the ground and control. I mean, the O line for the Cowboys looks better than they have, especially recently. So I'll go Dallas in a close one, closer than you want.
Ooh, close. Damn.
Yeah,
Dagger.
close.
It's a dagger right there. Even in Big D. Then we have the Bears and Lions, another rivalry showdown there, if you want to call it that way. I mean, the Bears were missing 2 defensive backs and a linebacker last game against the Vikings. It honestly, I don't think it truly mattered, especially with how McCarthy played in the beginning and then he finished strong anyways. I mean, they were shutting him down and then they took the training wheels off and he was just hitting open guys. It's at Lions, but they're really close. I mean, it's not really a travel game. That's like me going to my friend's house to go for dinner. I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It all depends on do the Lions get that offense back on track? Do they give Gibbs the ball more? I'm gonna go Bears. I think Ben Johnson is gonna say screw you guys. I'm getting my first official win against a team right here that I made great. And the offense is going to sputter a little bit without me, and it's going to take you guys a couple weeks, and he's going to take that advantage and take that what just happened against the Vikings and take the Lions, and he's going to come out with a dub. Close game, but I think he's going to get a dub.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go Detroit. There's going to be in Detroit, and I think there's a bad taste in their mouth on how they played Green Bay. I think Aiden Hutchinson goes off this game. Second game back, maybe the first game we just had some jitters about being back on the field, and Green Bay game plan against them really well. I kind of think he's going to go off this game. I think the Lions are going to hit their stride again. I'll take Detroit in this one.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got one up on you already. All right, we got the Patriots and Finns next. I mean, I'm going Patriots. I mean, there's not much to say. The Dolphins sputtered. Dolphins.
That's it.
Alarm 2 is there. I mean, Hill doesn't want to be there. Whatever. Get Henderson more involved. Drake May's going to get a dub here. I don't care that it's in. I don't care that it's in Miami.
Yep.
It's whatever. I can't go against the Patriots after what I saw last week and what I saw from the Finns last week. I'm going Patriots here. There's not much to say.
100%. Mm-hmm.
And then you have the 49ers Saints. I'm going to go 49ers. Maybe. I don't know on this one. Just because I don't know if Purdy's playing or not. If Purdy's not playing...
He's not. He's not going to play.
Because he's on your fantasy team. I know. But we're not at Sunday
yet.
Yeah.
Listen, so I did get a notification that insiders are saying that he is a long shot. A lot.
I'm gonna go Saints.
The spread has changed.
Who's the wait? Mac Jones is the backup. No, I'm going 49ers.
You're going 49ers? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers just because Mac Jones is a is a great back, not a great starter. Great to be a backup. Great to come in for like a game or two. Awesome. And Rattler is gonna be rattled.
With the Niners being out, Purdy being without Kittle, being without Juwan Jennings,
They got Pierce.
there's going to be a lot of Pearson. It's going to be a lot of
McCarthy.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Saints on this one. Again, it's West Coast going. I mean, I understand it's in the Bayou, but they're going over a couple times soon. So I'll go Saints.
Okay. Next up, we got the Bills, Jets, Bills. That's it. Just Bills. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I mean, they had the performance of a year. Josh Allen going against the Jets. Yeah, it's in New York. Like I said, it's like going to dinner down my friend's house. I don't foresee Fields having the same exact day he had. I think he'll struggle a bit more. He's still going to do decent. I'm still going Bills. I'm going Bills.
The only thing I'll say about this game is that Orchard Park is really nice this time of year.
So you're going Jets? Okay, cool. You're going Jets. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let me jot that down. Let me jot that down right here.
Mm-hmm.
Jets. Then you got the Seahawks, Steelers. You got another West Coast coming to the East Coast. I'm gonna go Steelers. I think.
Yeah, me too.
I think Darnold's gonna see some ghosts. I think Charbonnet comes out more of a halfback one in this at the end. I think he starts to overtake Walker, and Walker's gone by mid-season like the trading time. And Rodgers continues his youth, but I think that defense is going to be really pissed off what Justin Fields just did to him, and they're going to kind of get it together. And I'm going to go Steelers on this
one.
Same. Then we have Rams Titans. I'm going to go Rams. None against Cam Ward. I don't see them fixing what they need to in a week. The Rams looked impressive. They look good. I don't think they'll be able to contain Nakua Adams combo, with that DBs, and Stafford looking a lot better than he was advertised in the offseason. There was talks about him just not even playing because of his back issue. He's playing. He's playing well. He looks good. Right. He looks so good. He looks the best I've ever seen.
The whole West Coast to the East Coast thing, not to talk out of both sides of your mouth or anything, that only really comes into play when it levels the playing field a little bit. You know what I mean? When the teams are only separated by that much. Yeah. The Titans and the Rams, they're like this, and then the whole West Coast East Coast thing for here. The Rams are still that much better than the Titans, so I'm going Rams as well.
And then we have an East Coast going West Coast with the Panthers going to the Cardinals. I'm gonna go Cardinals. We don't have any duty issues. There's not gonna be any Call of Duty going on for Kyler Murray. And they're going to continue that, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison, McBride have great days against that sloppy Panthers D, and Young is not going to. He's going to be the lesser man. Murray and then Young. Kind of do it that way. So I'm going to go Cards.
Yep, same here. I think the one that is slightly over 5 feet beats the one that's slightly under 5 feet. So. We'll go with
then we have the great Bo Nix versus Danny Dimes showdown. Here we go, baby. I'm going to go stunner right here and say Danny Dimes continues the success and beats the Broncos. Very close game, very low scoring. Bo Nix has another slow start, and he can't recover from it. They have to get away from the run game early a little bit. Kind of tied up, great. I'm going to go with Danny Dimes and the Colts with a surprising 2-0 start, winning just enough games not to get a top QB.
And they do it to me every year. They win enough games to like they're right there near the playoffs, and then they just go like this, and it's like, all right, let's get a good pick. No, we really like that 11 to 16 range. I'm gonna go Denver on this one. I like I said, I just don't buy into it just yet. At some point, Danny Dimes is going to be who Danny Dimes is. That I just feel that, and there's going to be pressure. I think he did play well. Again, he did play well, but he played so well against a team that belongs in the league that you and I played in. That I need to see it against a real team before I start picking them to win. I'll take Denver.
All right. Then we have the Super Bowl rematch of the Eagles going to the Chiefs. Chiefs get their revenge, and they're going to take this win. And it's because they learned their lesson from the first time, and that's pressure the damn QB and contain him because he's not going to do anything if you take away the first read. And the first read is more than likely Goddard because A.J. Brown is out there reading novels like The Notebook. He's not doing much. Is it? I think the Chiefs get it. It's gonna be a good game, but I think the Chiefs get their revenge. They kind of learned from that first one that they should have did in the Super Bowl, and stop being a bunch of dumbasses. And I think they get the win on this one. It's in Kansas City as well. So
It's in Kansas City. Kansas City gets a lot of calls in Kansas City.
they did just lose
33%
too.
of the time. Huh?
They did just lose. Do you think the Chiefs are gonna go 0-2?
No. No. And the Chiefs are going to win this game only if one person can go into the locker room and truly inspire them. And she goes by the name of Taylor Swift. Uh, and because that's not going to happen, I'm still going to go with the Eagles. I until proven wrong, the Eagles are still going to be the man. They're still going to be the champ. Um, Maybe they'll expand the passing game and not rely so heavily on the running game. One can only hope. Um, but I'm going to go Philly on this one.
Okay, I think it's Chiefs. Now we have another first round QB matchup of Michael Penis Jr. and JJ McCarthy. I'm going Vikings. Falcons are traveling up to Minnesota, coming up into that big, beautiful place where my son JJ McCarthy is playing. With Drake London being a little banged up, I think he's going to play. Kyle Pitts emergence, which would be a little difficult with Bijan, but got that Jefferson. Thielen gets his stuff together finally. Hawkinson, and then the combo of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, along with my beautiful son JJ McCarthy. I'm going Vikings.
I'm going to have to go Vikings as well. I mean, it's going to be really close. I think that definitely potential for game of the week. I don't know if Atlanta can come out swinging. If Minnesota has the slow start that they did, and Atlanta can put some points up, maybe Atlanta can pull it off. But I don't see that happen. Now that the wheels are off for McCarthy and they see what can happen, they're just going to open up even more. I'm going to go Minnesota too.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. We have 2 Monday night games this week, which is annoying because now I have to stay up later than I would want to. The first one is the Bucks at the Texans. So we got an East Coast going to, I don't know, Middle Coast. Is that what you want to call
Central?
it?
Yeah.
Whatever. We got East, we got West, we'll go Middle. We got a little middle boy. Little landing strip there. I'm gonna go Bucks on this one. I know they're going over. I know they got a new offensive coordinator, still figuring things out. I just after the week the Texans had, who was it that they played the first week again?
Rams.
Yeah, and I mean you kind of get that same combo of now Ibuka emergence along with Mike Evans. Push the ball a bit more. CJ Stroud still trying to find that first year magic. I'm going Bucks. I'm going Bucks on this one.
I'm going to go Bucks too, and I think this could be the beginning of the end of the Texans season. I still think they can win the South. Don't get me wrong, but
the Colts will win the South.
If the Colts win the South, I'll buy you a I don't know, a car.
You guys heard it. I'm getting a goddamn car this year. I can't wait.
You're getting one of those little Matchbox cars.
Listen,
like
no, that's crap.
So we've seen time and time again how an offense that's either non-existent or stagnant, or a team that leans too heavy on the defense, it starts to wear everybody down on that side of the field. And now all of a sudden these close games become blowouts. They better pick it up real quick. Otherwise, there's going to be so much pressure on that defense to be perfect. They're just going to crack by midseason. So I'm gonna go Tampa, and Demeco Ryan's gonna have to look real hard in the mirror and say, we got to do something different on offense.
And then we got our very late game. I think it starts at 10 o'clock. The
I will not be
Chargers
away for this.
at the Raiders.
No, my old ass is gonna be in bed.
Just win, baby. I'm going Chargers, though. Just win, Chargers. Just win. Even if Brock Bowers is playing, I mean, he's only playing at 50% of the snaps. They say his leg's okay. He says okay. He wanted to go back in. They held him out. But Justin Herbert is going to get him some Madison beers before and some Madison beers after. And he's going to look great like he did against the Chiefs. He made the Chiefs look silly. He showed that he's not just, like, oh, I'm just a game manager. He's going to hand the ball off a lot on Jim Harbaugh's offense. I never believed that, and I never did. Great quarterback. Got to use the arm. He's using his legs more. They win. I think it might be like a 14-point win at least. I think.
I don't see the Raiders having enough to stick around with the Chargers, especially if the Chargers distribute the ball and get everything that they did last week. So I'll go with Chargers, and I'll have to read the box score because my old ass ain't cut out for that no more.
I'll send you some text updates so you can wake up to everything, and just me complaining about Justin Herbert because he's on my fantasy team. Thank you for that trade there, David Lopes.
Yeah. Listen, it's only 1 week. Just wait till we heard.
I know, but I was banging the table. I wanted Justin. I tried to get Justin Herbert out for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I want him. Yeah. I want him. I overpaid a little. I want him though. At the time, I overpaid. I overpaid. Brock Purdy was higher.
At the time, maybe, but if he keeps going the way he's been going and leads the this top 10 quarterback, then you didn't overpay him.
Oh yeah, no, I at the time I overpaid, but in my mind I was like, this is totally worth it. I robbed him.
I forgot to tell you, the league did, like our fantasy league did pass something. If you win again, you are being kicked out.
my team looked impressive the first week. Okay, it looked impressive. It looked pretty good, and I got a couple guys like Bill on the bench because I didn't play him, and then I still got Addison coming back from suspension from doing something so silly. This is a silly man doing that. The only spot that I hate is my tight ends, and that's I need Loveland to really start picking it up. Just imagine. Hold on. Imagine this one. We're in our fantasy draft doing the rookies, and I got those 2 trades to go through that I wanted during the draft that I had trades going on, and they just ended up not happening because the guy decided not to, and the other guy just didn't get back to me. He was looking to trade it, didn't. I would have had Tyler Warren and Ibuka on my team because those are the same exact guys that they picked at the picks that I was trying to trade for. I wanted those guys at those picks. I would have had both of them. You would have had to kick me out. You just would have had to kick me out. It just would have been too good. It would have been too good.
Yeah. It's funny, a Penn State guy wants an Ohio State guy.
He looks great. I'm happy I have him in 2 of my leagues. I accidentally have Baker Mayfield as my quarterback in both those leagues, too, that I have Ibuka. I didn't plan that.
Accidentally?
Accidentally. I panicked when I took him in Dave's league. I panicked. Because I was running out of time because that one has an actual timer.
Is that like when a girl accidentally gets pregnant?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I also have Herbert as my backup in Damien's league, so I might actually start Herbert because he's got a lot of those beers and Madisons and beautifulness, the Goldilocks. Mm-hmm. The man wears a leg sleeve on his days off. He's just always looking fly for a white guy.
Living in LA too.
All right, that is our first recording. Went a little long. Like I said, first one, we're kind of get things, work some kinks out.
If you listen to the whole thing and you don't hate us yet, you're probably a part of the family already. So we appreciate it.
Actually, you probably are our family because you're the only ones that would deal with this for the entire time. But we do appreciate it. We do appreciate anyone that listened this far or 5 minutes in or however long it was. If you guys did make it this far, please give us a follow, a like, anything at all. Really help us, really encourage us. And like I said, too, if you guys have any tips or tricks or anything to help us, that would be great. We're kind of just figuring this out as we go. Like we said, guys that shouldn't do this, and it made us feel like we could. And you know what? We can. JJ
We
McCarthy,
can.
Bill, and Big D. Thank you so much for listening. Do you have any final words for us, Lopes?
No, like I said, I appreciate everyone that is listening and watching, and give us a like. And we make picks just to be competitive with each other, but there is there's a competition for any of our fans. It's going to be based on winning percentage. You send your picks in, get the picks in before the games, post them on our wall. We'll keep track of it. That's no problem. The winner at the end of the season will get a nice prize. I'm thinking it's going to be like an Amazon gift card or something like that, something that they could use for whatever frick they want on it, especially Amazon.
Yeah.
But just get some interaction. Don't be afraid to reach out and tell us how attractive we are, or just how dumb you think we are. So like I said, appreciate everybody staying on. This even if this is our only episode, this is a blast. So
Yes, thank you guys so much. Please give us a like and follow. We are on Facebook, we are on Spotify, and we are on YouTube. It is all up the gut. We would love it. Help us grow. Help us do what we want to do. We love this. We love the game of football. Passionate about it. We think people are idiots, and we're going to tell you they're idiots. But I want to thank you guys too. Thank you guys so much. Like you said too, we have a pick 'em. Please go on the page. We do it on Facebook. Put in your picks. I'm gonna make a post, do the whole thing, put them underneath there so we keep track of them easily. Kind of did it late last week. Kind of doing a little late this week. We'll get better on top of it. Getting those in there, making a post so you guys can make your posts earlier, your picks. But thank you guys so much for listening, and hopefully you listen again.